morning, early birds. Welcome to another episode of Life in the Morning right here on Live TV. My name is ASHLEE Nyarenda.
My name is ELVIS.
And I'm CHOOLWE.
And today's main topic is mental health. So, I'm very intrigued by this week's topic.
It's a very interesting topic, very broad, very deep. There's so much that we can touch on, so much that we can talk about, and something that affects each and every one of us.
Yeah. I honestly believe that we don't have enough time to cover the whole topic, honestly. I wish we had even 5-6 hours just to discuss this because...
We'll basically do as much as we could, as much as we can, basically. Just make sure we touch the main points that we can, whatever we found out. But also it's the onus of people that are watching us to chip in whenever you can. Pause yourself, ask questions, comments, suggestions, you know. We need your contribution at the end of the day.
Yeah. So, today's topic we'll try to interview we'll have some people here on the show to try and discuss mental health from different sectors of life, from children to entertainment to homes. So please feel free to comment if you have anything to talk about, be it mental health, mental illness, or mental disorders.
Questions to ask as well. We're willing to, well, not willing, we're going to look at your questions.
Yes,
we're going to address them if we can and where we can. And also when we have our experts come in, they're going to help shed some light on issues that we are not too well versed in, but then they have the knowledge, they have the know-how, and they're, well, going to give us what we need. They're going to show us around it.
So we're glad you could join us today. This morning we are on Top Star channel 112. This is Live TV. This is Life in the Morning. So you can always like the page, which is our Facebook page at Live TV. Comment. We're live. Whatever mistakes CHOOLWE will make, I always like picking on her. Always come back with us.
Well, that's why ASHLEE picks on you.
That's why I'm sitting very far from you, because I know.
No, I think today we're going to switch the roles. No, we're switching roles.
I'm safer
today.
here, actually.
Really? Are you sure?
Yes, I'm very safe here.
If you
Trust
say
me.
so. I really loved getting to know about this topic because of our country. It's not something that's usually spoken about.
Yes.
No.
You know?
No. It's shunned upon. Most of the times when we speak of mental health, we attach a lot of stigma to it. We also tend to not really understand what it is we're talking about. Let's look at the first thing that we need to address. What exactly is mental health? Are we able to actually define, talk about it and break down what it is, tell people how to actually live healthy, mentally healthy, how to balance your life, not just physically but mentally, how to bring in a lot of aspects to make you a well-rounded person, to make you a person that would actually be able to contribute not just to yourself, build yourself, but to society as well.
Okay, I like the way you put it, because there's a lot to it. We need to ensure that, first of all, we do not stigmatize, because mental health is it's basically how we act, how we think, how we respond to situations, you know what I mean? So the way I respond to you at this particular point will affect me mentally, will affect you mentally, either positive or negatively. So at the end of the day, it comes down to everyone, not just organizations, the government, individually, companies, you know, so we can trickle it down and basically understand how we can help each and every single person at the end of the day.
I believe that I don't know, it's my basis, but I believe that mental health can be transferred from person to person.
Okay, how?
If I am down and I am depressed and I am mad at the world, I will take it out on you or you, and you will start to question yourself.
True.
In the end, because mental health affects our daily relationships, our routines, our lifestyles, and that's why I think it is transferred from person to person, because the way we relate as human beings is so, we have such a deep connection that we don't even understand it, especially when it comes to our minds. As they say, great minds think alike.
We think alike.
Yeah, so I personally think it's transferred from person to person.
Transfer of energies.
Transfer of energies.
If I'm down, like you've said, I will definitely affect the people around me. Energies definitely do They do
exchange.
combine. Yeah, they do vibe.
You know how people say, I can feed off your energy? You know, you always have that person or those people that you can and say, okay, this is not how we should behave. You know what I mean? So yeah, you're right. So it also the environment, your exposure also affects your mental health at the end of the day. Your expectation also, because I mean, how I expect people to behave towards me will affect me, probably positively or negatively. You know? Yeah.
Do you think mental health is based on our environment, or it is something that is within us?
Well, not every part of it. Well, we say mental health. Mental health, we talk about illnesses, disorders, and good mental health itself. It depends on various factors. It could be environment, and it could be within us. There are some mental disorders, and we'll look at them later on today. There's some mental disorders that are passed on, that are inherited. Yes, and we have others like depression. Depression is triggered by environments. Trauma is triggered by an abuse or experience. The little things. So I really am so intrigued by today's main topic because we have so much to cover. It's so little time. You guys.
Yeah, so
Don't get emotional.
sometimes it's passed on, sometimes it's our environment. You look at factors such as poverty, you look at factors such as lack of employment, abuse in our homes. Those are factors that are within our environment that actually affect us. And then, like you said, we've got the genetic factors as well, things that are passed on, illness that actually develops even as we are growing, as we're living. Someone could be fine today. Something is triggered in them and the whole brain chemistry starts to change. So yeah, it will be quite an interesting topic. Would love to hear your take, your perception. Please text us, let us know what you're thinking, let us know what you want to find out, and we will be doing this together today.
This is going to be very interesting.
It's going to be very interesting.
Very, very interesting.
Very interesting. And I can't wait to meet our guests for today.
Yeah, we've got a very good lineup of guests coming up on the show. We have doctors we have professionals basically. We have entertainment segment. We have the business segment. We have a lot of things coming up, so stick around. It will be very interesting.
And first on the lineup is our fitness section. We've got our guys from SHF who will be doing the fitness with us today.
Sweat, health and fitness.
Sweat, health. Yeah. So other people actually release their frustrations through workouts, Yeah. So it's very therapeutic for some people when it comes to mental health. So I'm so excited to see what the guys have for us.
Are we taking a dive in it, guys?
Yeah.
Well, I will do it in the background. Though.
Today we're watching. We're not ready to
actually
jump in.
We are wearing those. You have your sneakers on. You can join the guys.
Wait. Okay.
No, but
maybe I will. Maybe I
see
should.
what they have.
We have to see what they have.
We can handle it.
Don't be scared, Julie.
No,
don't worry.
We need to understand
got
if
this.
we can handle it.
Maybe
Those guys
change
look
it
fit.
flat.
Have you seen them?
They look like they wake up early in the morning and lift the heavy metals.
No.
That's what
Don't do it.
They're going to kill me. Okay, I'm done.
I know someone that will kill you. Don't do that. But are we diving into it right now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool stuff. So we're diving into the fitness section. So stick around and get your muscles flexed and all.
And we'll be right back.
Yeah.
Masenza bwanji tungende sako na iwe pali pako ma 20 apolo ma 5 kwa jari
mama koino sachinjira kumuzonda
makoino songachinjeka ku bantu abale ndio chopana na 5 hours pamene pano leyo
kamba nayo.
That is why you need to get an e-talk card, sir. It is faster and easier.
What? They told that Balela is a National Road Fund agency card. So all you have to do is just credit it in Dalama and you'll be able to use it but to get Monga Panusu. To avoid the inconveniences, so where you have to start looking for a 20 chocolate cherusha bank. So
introducing the electronic toll card. It's easier, faster, and secure. Access the e-toll cards from all toll gates across the country or the agency's head office in Lusaka at only 30 kwacha.
This message is brought to you by the National Road Fund Agency, a sustainable road fund.
Masenza bwanji chungiendesa kona iwe pali pako ma 20 apolo ma 5 kwajali
na makoino sachinjira kumuzonda
makoino songa chinjeko kubantu abane ndiyotophala la 5 hours pamene pano leyo
kamba naye.
That is why you need to get an e-toll card, sir. It is faster and easier.
What? They told that Balela is a National Road Fund agency card. So all you have to do is just credit it in Dalama and you'll be able to use it but to get Monga Panusu. To avoid the inconveniences, so where you have to start looking for a 20 chocolate cherusha bank. So
introducing the electronic toll card. It's easier, faster, and secure. Access the e-toll cards from all toll gates across the country or the agency's head office in Lusaka at only 30 kwacha.
This message is brought to you by the National Road Fund Agency, a sustainable road fund.
try and see where you fit, right? Are you good? Are you very good? Or are you excellent? So these numbers that we're about to give you are going to tell you where you stand in your fitness life, basically. So these are body workouts, things you can do at home. No need to carry weights. It's just your body. That's the only two that you use. So here with Coach Willa and Sivo, I am Coach Chandy with you, and the first workout we're going to do is the push-ups, and from the push-ups we are going to go to the squats, and from the squats we're going to do planks, and from the plank we're going to do some burpees. Yes, I said it, burpees. Whew. Yeah. So the numbers are as follows. I know Coach Willa has the numbers. If you're good at push-ups, you should be able to get in how many?
Should be able to get in
15 push-ups. At least 15.
At least 15.
If you're very good, you should be able to get in 30. If you're excellent,
45.
you should be able to get in 45. 45 push-ups.
Alright, then we'll go straight to squats. If you are good, you should be able to do at least 25 squats easily. If you are very good, you should be able to do 35. And excellent, 45. Then we'll move on straight to planks. Planks.
If you can hold it for 30 seconds, you're good. If you can hold it for a minute, you're very good. If you can hold it for a minute, 30 seconds, you're amazing. You're excellent. And then the burpees, believe it or not, the numbers are really low, hey? If you can get one burpee, you're good. But no, the number is 5 for the burpees. That's good. 10, very good. 15 and more, excellent. So between each workout, CHOOLWE, yes, CHOOLWE, you will be our timer. So recovery is also part of your fitness test. So recovery is very, very important. So we'll have 30 seconds for you to recover between each workout. So CHOOLWE will give us a signal saying your 30 seconds is up and we're back at doing something. So without further ado, we're going into push-ups. And I'm guessing you assume we are excellent, right? So we will do, we will hit the 45 mark as the group. Are we ready, guys?
Yep.
Okay.
So if you're at home watching, feel free to join us and see how far you can go.
So immediately we're done, CHOOLWE will start the timer and we'll have 30 seconds to rest. Then she'll tell us, go, start your squats. All right, so those at home, as Coach Willa has put it, please try to keep up and see what numbers you are hitting. Okay, so, and immediately after we're done, obviously, we need you guys to cool down, all right? You don't just stop a workout and just go sit, because your blood needs to cool down in a very, what's the word, Willa? Yeah, when you're cooling down, you don't just stop, all right? Because there you're prone to injury. So you would want you to cool down into a systematic, rhythmic form, I would say. So we're going to have Coach Willa do some body balance, which is a combination of Tai Chi and yoga. Please follow this. You want to work out again. I promise you.
So, ready?
Are we ready? Are we ready, guys? 45 push-ups. Okay.
Just waiting.
4. So, CHOOLWE, are you good? Are you good? Okay. All right. Burpees. How many can you do?
I don't do burpees. I've just told myself I don't do burpees.
Really?
No.
We might encourage you after today. No?
We'll try. We'll see. I mean, it's been tried. It's difficult.
Yeah?
Yeah?
I feel like I do not have upper body strength.
Okay.
So every time I try to do burpees, my whole upper body hurts, my shoulders. Maybe I'm just lazy, I don't know. Because I can do the planks, I can do the squats.
How many squats can you get in? Non-stop.
Non-stop. Up to 50.
Really?
Yes.
You're not tired.
Yes. You would have joined us right now.
Squats, no problem. Squats are easy for me.
Okay.
I've been trying to work on it. Yeah.
Yeah. It really comes as a result of the squats. It really does. Usually the natural performance of it.
We'll see with time. I'll be joining you guys sometimes. Maybe I might catch up.
You look like you can. Sure, you can plan for a minute.
I can.
You can, eh?
Yeah. But burpees.
Push-up.
Push-ups. Maybe 15. Yeah. I feel like I've done something.
Okay. Give us a stretch, man. Wait. Give us a quick stretch so we can get our legs and body warmed up.
Yeah, before we start, let's just stretch, warm up our bodies. So, I want us to stand in this position, arms out. Let's reach to the side, all the way, and bring it to the other side. Hold it. One more time. The other side. Great job. And I want us to bend our right leg all the way if you can. Hold it. Get your toes up. Point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the way to the other side. Let's go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come up slowly. Arms all the way up. Bring them all the way down. Alright, I want to take the right arm over. Just to increase flexibility. Bring it all the other way over. One more time. And the other way. Alright, let's get our head. Reach our arm out and pull. We're just getting everything nice and stretched out. Okay, great job. Now I want you to get our arms and just shake them. Let's slowly increase the blood flow. Bring them in front. Nice and easy. Up. Great job. Okay, now we'll be moving from side to side. Just to get blood within our legs flowing as well.
Definitely unlocking those.
Get the joints lubricated. Great job. Great job. Reach all the way down. And up. Now we'll be doing it 3 times. Out, in the middle, and as far as you can. Okay, let's go. Front, middle, back. Again, front, middle, back. One more time. Front, middle, back. Good job. We're ready to roll.
Okay. So remember those numbers, 45 for the push-up. And our timer is good to go. Ready guys? Yep.
Are we ready? Okay. Shall we begin? Follow us at home. Here we go. 45. You can keep up. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Easy stuff. 30 seconds rest. You can start our timer. Are you sure I wasn't running while we're doing it? Alright guys, you've got 30 seconds to recover. Get into your comfortable squat position. Others prefer wide leg. Others prefer it close. I prefer it shoulder width. What's the number again? 45? 45. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. 1. Below 90 degrees. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 20. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember to breathe. 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 45. Okay. 30 seconds. We go right into plank. We'll be planking for 1 minute 30 seconds. That is 90 seconds. So you have to give us a time. Woo. How are you doing, huh? Getting warmer. Getting warmer, eh? Yeah. Okay guys, let us know how you are feeling. Tell us. Tell us how much you managed to do. Have you started the timer? Where you belong. No, the one for the plank now.
Okay, alright.
1 minute 30. Yep. Yep. Be announcing every 30 seconds. Yes, please.
Alright, are you ready?
Born ready, I guess.
Okay, alright, then let's go.
Alright. Begin. I feel like I'm resting, eh? Me too. For those who want to strengthen your core, this is the perfect exercise. Really hits the obliques. Come on. Like we said, 30 seconds?
Yeah, done.
So if you can do it, that's actually good. Come on, put a smile on your face, guys. It's not that bad. I'm actually dreading the next one. I'm thinking about the burpee. I'm just like, whoa.
30 seconds left.
Okay. Alright. When you feel like quitting, just know you still have a lot more in you. Exactly. So if you feel like you have 5 seconds, you've got another 5 seconds. And if you can do that 5 seconds, you've got another 5 seconds. True.
Just a little bit left.
Hold it.
Okay.
Alright.
Done.
Excellent, guys. Yeah. To the dreaded one. Next is burpees. Guys, I won't lie, I've had nightmares about this, but it has to be done.
How many burpees are good?
115. And the voice went low. 115. Are we ready? Is our 30 seconds up or we've got 10 seconds?
Count it down. Alright, let's go guys. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Up! That's 50. Woo! That's so good. Woo! So, with the workouts you've seen, that's your entire body. We started with push-ups. That works on everything from triceps to chest to shoulders. We moved on to plank. We moved on to squats. You taking you out, huh? This is a great workout, guys. I'm feeling good.
So are we doing anything else because your 30 seconds is up?
Yeah, no, I'm going to get into a stretch. That will just make you forget that you worked out.
Okay.
Yeah. So we call this body balance. You will enjoy this. Promise you. Okay. The Caribbean Blue song is what we need. Now for this stretch that we're about to do, it really relaxes your mind, eh? It really does. Stress out of the window. Any type of anxiety you're feeling, please remember to breathe as you do it. Anyway, Coach Wheeler will show us.
So, we always start by deep breaths. As I raise my arms, deep breath in all the way up. And deep breath out. Again, deep breath in, all the way up and out. One more time, in and out. I want you to get your leg, take it across you, point the toe, all the way up. Stretch, all the way up. Bring it into the center and down. Up again. Forward. Push it forward. Breathe in and down. Let's make circles with routine. Slowly. Nice. One more. To the center. Down, arms together, slide bow. And that was our relaxed cool down.
All right. That was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Looked like a lot of fun.
Definitely.
Coach Chandi, Coach Villa, and Coach Sibo, thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Just so that we are all on the same page and we all understand what was going on. You talked about that being fitness test. So, depending on where you find yourself in the fitness test, are there variations to how this is supposed to be done? Can you just jump into working out? And if you're someone who hasn't really worked out in a long time, are there easier variations for like the press-ups and squats?
Okay. Interesting question. Ideally, for what we did, the numbers I could say are subjective. It's just a guideline. It's not like if you do 15, then you're good in life. Because different places, you find others who say 20, others who say 5. So depending on where you are, but the general guideline is the numbers that we gave you. So you should be able to hit those. Then you're good. But if you're unable to, and we know that it's a process. You know, no one just starts and is able to do a push-up. So there's the easier variations. When it comes to push-ups, the modified version, we like to be gender sensitive. I know they say female push-ups, but it doesn't exist. It's a modified version. So, yeah. So the modified version is what you can do where you get on your knees, all right, and your body is in push-up position. You make that plank. I don't know if Steve wants to show us. Quick one.
Instead of the full leg.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you're on your knees.
Knees there.
Your legs across.
Legs across. And then.
There we go. So you're making that slantish elevation. All right. So that's like the modified version on your knees. So it's a bit easier when you're starting off that way. But then people get lazy and they just remain to that level. So no, we want you to upgrade. But yeah, with the squats as well, different people, others prefer sumo squats, but they hit different parts of the body. Others hit the ski squats, where your legs are together, and shoulder width. So different people, different ways of liking it. So yeah, that's with the squats. The burpee, well, there is a modified version. Please, again. Please. The modified version is basically you jump. Yeah, please.
Okay.
So you jump.
And modify.
Take your legs out slowly.
Yeah, you can do a push-up or not.
Or not. Then you bring it back, jump, and kick out your legs like that. So that's for the beginners, if you're starting off. So with this exercise that we did today, if you're really, really a beginner, there is the modified version. But for those who've been working out for a while, or they want to know where they stand, that's just the guideline we gave them. So if you followed us today and you are an excellent, you really are excellent.
Try that at least 3 times.
Exactly.
And see where you be on each.
Yeah.
Each
So
set.
basically, you have to do 3 sets of that.
So if I did 3 sets of that, that's a whole day's work.
Yeah, you're good to go.
You
That's
hit
a full test.
almost every body part with just those 4 workouts. Upper body, you hit your legs, your quads,
Your core,
your glutes,
your back as well, as you were hitting those push-ups, full range of motion. So yeah, you basically have hit every part of your body.
Yeah, that sounds good. And then I noticed you had some stretching and some yoga. What
Yes.
was that about?
Well, what I found is stretches and yoga really help, especially with me. I used to get these serious migraine headaches that used to come especially when I got stressed. So I looked for ways to help me in that area. So I decided, firstly, breathing exercises help. Especially if you're panicking, you just slow down your breathing, you notice your body immediately calm down. So that was one thing. And then the yoga moves. Also, firstly, flexibility.
Which is part of the fitness test.
Which is also part of the fitness test. Flexibility is youth, as they say. The less flexible you are, then you know that you're not where you ought to be. So,
you dream for like a very fit.
Okay, alright. Guys, thank you so much. This was nice to do. Are we going to have you here next week as well?
Most definitely.
Oh, thank you.
This time around, it will not be this nice.
Okay.
So come here. Keep doing.
So we expect you in workout at time, hopefully next week. You join us.
We'll see. And then we need to wrap this up. I was supposed to ask you about foods that could help with vitality, mental vitality that is, not physical.
Okay.
What type of food should I eat if I need to be like, ready for a good day, energetic, to be awake?
Okay.
My diet, what should you do?
What I would say is try as best, and I think probably here in Africa we do it pretty well. Try to stick to organic. What I mean is things that grow from the ground. Try to avoid things that are overly processed, and of course things that are deep fried, should I say. So stick to your fruits, vegetables, as organic as possible, and also a lot of water actually helps. Great for the skin, cleanses your body, and yes.
And your immune system will just shoot up.
Yeah. So work out, eat right, balance your life. Do your yoga, it helps with anxiety. You say it helps with anxiety.
Yeah, it helps me with stress and before a job interview, just deep breaths.
Yeah,
don't do yoga, they'll think you're crazy. But yes, deep breaths, calm down.
Alright, viewers, thanks for joining us. That was our fitness session. We had our guys from Sweat, Health and Fitness, yeah? Okay. And you guys are based in
Woodland.
They'll be here with us next week if you want to catch up on more fitness issues. They're here to help us. Thank you so much. We'll move on to our next segment.
Masenza bwanji tungende sako na iwe pali pako ma 20 apolo ma 5 kwa jari
na makoino sasa sinjira kumuzonda
makoino songa chinjeko ku bantu abale ndio top kana na 5 hours pamene bano nayo
kamba nayo.
That is why you need to get an e-token, sir. It is faster and easier.
The e-tolling card is a National Road Fund agency card. So all you have to do is just credit it in Dalama and you'll be able to use it per token monga paniso. To avoid the inconveniences so where you have to start looking for 20 kwa chakula cherusha bantu so.
Introducing the electronic toll card. It's easier, faster, and secure. Access the e-toll cards from all toll gates across the country or the agency's head office in Lusaka at only 30 kwacha.
This message is brought to you by the National Road Fund Agency, a sustainable road fund.
back to Life in the Morning. Thank you for joining us. We're back with the news review, and this is our top stories for this morning. Health Minister cautioning against COVID-19 self-medication. Suspected water contamination in Mutendere. Lebanon Prime Minister promises to punish those behind the Beirut explosion. Our first story is from our Ministry of Health. Health Minister Dr. Chitalo Chilufya has warned the public against self-medication in a bid to prevent or treat COVID-19. Dr. Chilufya says self-medication and late presentation of patients to health facilities is causing them to develop ill conditions and early death. Speaking during the COVID-19 routine updates in Lusaka yesterday, Dr. Chilufya said the country has continued to experience a dangerous surge in the number of infections and deaths. Dr. Chilufya said the country faces the threat of self-medication and resistance to antibiotics due to abuse of drugs such as azithromycin and hydroxychloroquine. And Ministry of Health Director of Infectious Diseases, Lloyd Mulenga, explained that data has shown that the use of hydroxychloroquine in those with severe symptoms of COVID-19 leads to higher chances of death. Professor Mulenga said hydroxychloroquine can also cause heart complications. A video of a so-called Dr. Stella Emanuel based in the US went viral last week on social media. In the video, the doctor touts that the efficiency of azithromycin and hydroxychloroquine in the treatment and prevention of COVID-19. So guys, based on this report, do we have much to add on? Do we have anything to contribute towards this?
People are self-medicating because of the health situation at the moment in Zambia. I have a close relative of mine who had themselves tested 2 weeks ago, and the government has not produced their results yet. Yeah. So people are afraid, they're scared. What people need to understand is we are in panic mode, and we are I would self-medicate because the hospitals are full. Sometimes they'll tell you, oh, you don't really have these symptoms, and they will turn you away. But sometimes you get so paranoid that the self-medication is the only way that you will keep calm.
But don't you think that's a bit more risky in that you take medicine and you don't really understand the disease?
I think
it could actually worsen your situation. You could, like it says here, it has been shown to actually increase your chances of heart failure.
Okay. Yes, you have a point, but then also it's also agency and the need for you to take precautions. Okay. Yes, you're taking precautions, but then you're not getting results on time. That's one of the things that you're opting to get on the spot. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like in her case, 2 weeks down the line, you don't have results. So what do these medical experts expect that you'll be doing in that 2 weeks period as you wait for results? Where are you
getting this information from? You see, that's the scary part. How are you medicating with something that you don't understand?
Panic. When you panic, you do anything. And that's where the problem is.
But is it okay?
It's a 50-50 thing, to be honest. I'll say it's a 50-50 thing. You know, it's the same way where you have a certain type of symptom and you can't go to the hospital. Right now, people are scared to go to hospitals. You'll find people on Google trying to find the best medication to take with all of this. And if you look at the government facilities at the state they're at the moment, it's quite full. The numbers are going up.
They're overwhelmed.
They're overwhelmed. So I don't think there's something, it's bad, but I don't think it's really bad. I think it's just panic, and people just imagine you're getting worse. You have the fever, you have the cough. Also, what would you do?
Honestly, I feel like I would try to find some way to alleviate the symptoms.
How?
I mean, there's It's difficult to say. I'm personally very skeptical about using medication, so I would try to avoid the medication, try to take up other measures.
Like steaming?
Steaming, there is eating.
That's self-medication, right?
No, it's not the same thing.
What is it?
How?
It's very different in that this medication has serious side effects compared to what you would
So
get
we're
from
talking
steaming.
about actually taking the medicine that the doctor mentioned here, isn't it?
Yeah, this is what we're talking
Okay.
about.
From
This
Dr.
is
Stella.
what they asking us not to do.
Okay.
Hydroxychloroquine is not something that you play with. I mean, if you guys remember back in the day, we had chloroquine for malaria.
Yes.
This is the same thing. And remember how it sometimes actually used to be the cause of death for some of our patients.
True, which is sad. Yes.
So this is quite extreme. And if we are going to follow something, we better base it on facts. This doctor, I did watch the clip, this Dr. Stella Emmanuel, who was preaching to people about using hydroxychloroquine. It was, for me, it was something that seemed scary because you look at something that someone is talking about so confidently, but then the rest of the world is saying no. Where is this information coming from? Who is driving this information? Is it just pharmaceutical companies trying to make extra money? What's going on? We need to break this down and understand it before we can actually delve into taking medication that we don't understand. For now, I think the best that we can do, seeing that we're not, and I'm not trying to shoot the Ministry of Health down,
Don't do it.
we do not have enough, we do not have the facilities to actually take all of the patients on right now. We do not have the medication for it. And we also, a little birdie told me, we've also kind of run out of test kits and they're taking long to actually get our results out. So basically the health system is overwhelmed. I would say try to stay as safe as possible, try to mask up, sanitize, eat as healthy as possible. I cannot stress this enough. What you eat is actually going to help you a lot more than trying to medicate, trying to fix the situation once it's already messed up. Eat very healthy, eat your greens. I mean, the fitness guys talked about it. Eat all those different colored foods. And when I'm talking about different colored foods, I'm not talking about sweets and candy and everything. I'm talking about your berries, your carrots, your beetroot and everything. It's not good for you.
Says who?
It's not good for you.
Says who?
It's too much sugar. And
Sugar
too
gives
much
you
processed.
energy.
That's processed.
Okay, guys, let's Anyway, moving on in the news, guys, we have another interesting story, which is the Lusaka Water Supply Sanitation Company has cut water supply to some parts of Lusaka's Mtendere compound following a suspected water contamination. Okay, so residents of Mtendere B section have complained of diarrhea suspected to be due to the drinking contaminated water. Okay, so residents have experienced these problems as far back as last week Friday, and also in an interview where the Public Relations Officer of Lusaka Water Supply Company, that's Mr. Nshamba Muzungu, says the company has started investigations to ascertain the cause of the problem. So going on, we had your worship, Mao Sampa, who also commented on social media regarding this issue. So he says, this morning I suspected the reported water contamination in some parts of Mtendere behind Chainama Golf Club. I went on site with the Lusaka Water and Storage Company crew, and it was established that 1 or 2 water pipes have been bursted underground and mixing with fecal matter, as evident by the foul smell of the water. Lusaka Water Storage Company has since sent their 10,000 liters water bowser to the area in order for them to help with this change. It had in a phone interview, Lusaka Water and Storage Company MD Jonathan Kampata, and he has assured me that underground pipes in the affected area will be repaired before the end of day today. So this was actually done yesterday. Okay, just going forward. As for residents in the affected area, please avoid tap water for today and draw from Lusaka Water and Storage Company water bowser parked in the area until repairs are completed. Together we can. Maus B. Sampa, Mayor of Lusaka, wrote. What do you think, guys?
Well,
Water is life, by the way.
I know, but I don't want to shade the council either. But how do you not notice that you have a leak with your pipes.
You know, yes, you don't want to shade them, but you see also, it could be a case of foul play, maybe vandalism, because you know people like playing with things that you're not supposed to touch. By all means possible. The things that you should not at any point try and play with. That's water pipes. Do not play with electricity pipes. We have professionals that are trained to handle that. When there's a situation at hand, report it. Don't wait for your neighbor and say, those guys will report it. No, whenever you feel there's need for you to report it, just go ahead and do it.
You know, I would also like to believe that you should boil your water and use chlorine to be safe. Tap water is not the safest. They even advise us, they always advise us, we have cholera, we have stomach infections, so many things can happen. So I think it's best if we as citizens also make sure that we boil our water. And if there are any issues, please try as fast as you can to get to the Lusaka Water and Storage.
Yes.
Yeah. And make sure you get in touch with them. Please keep your water boiled. I will not emphasize this enough. If you have a boho, you're lucky, but still boil it. All right. So, in international news, a massive explosion in Lebanon's capital, Beirut, has killed at least 78 people and injured thousands more as a shockwave devastated the city. The explosion happened at a port warehouse where about 2,700 tons of ammonium nitrate has been stored for years. Hospitals are overwhelmed. Lebanon's Prime Minister Hassan Diab says the explosion happened at a dangerous warehouse and those responsible will pay the price. Let's take a look at the clip from Al Jazeera.
A massive explosion in the heart of the Lebanese capital. The blast sent shockwaves across Beirut, shattering windows, destroying buildings, and injuring hundreds. The streets were filled with panic and confusion.
My car was down there. It rolled over. I think my injuries are because of the glass. The glass cut me up. My car was like this.
I don't know what happened. I was fishing. I heard there was a fire, so I began to head home. Then I heard something explode, and then this happened. I got injured. This is all I know.
Rescue work began quickly. Emergency vehicles converged on the site of the blast, putting out fires and getting the injured to safety. Lebanon's internal security chief confirmed the blast originated in the port district, in a section housing highly explosive materials. Lebanon's Prime Minister Hassan Diab addressed the nation, promising that the victims would get justice for what happened.
It will not pass without accountability. Those responsible for this catastrophe will pay the price. This is a promise to the martyrs and injured. This is a national commitment.
While the cause is still unknown, some are already blaming the government.
Lebanon is an accident waiting to happen in so many places, whether it's public services, electricity, all kinds of government industries are not regulated well. We don't have inspectors that so many buildings could collapse. So, again, all the problems that Lebanon faces is because they don't really have a strong government that is able to ensure the safety of its citizens. And that's been why people have been protesting. That's why the currency has been falling. So, there's so many possible accidents in Lebanon. So it's very hard to speculate.
Ambulances continue to arrive at the scene of the explosion. There have been dozens of casualties. Many victims are still trapped in the rubble, and rescue work looks set to continue long into the night. The destruction of central Beirut appeared to come out of nowhere, and as the shock of what happened subsides, the demands for answers will continue to grow louder. Zana Khuder, Al Jazeera, Beirut.
The massive explosion that ripped through a port in Beirut, Lebanon on Tuesday also killed director of Zambia's New Horizons printing press, which is NHPP, based in Lusaka. A source close to the family has confirmed to the media that Nahim was killed in the explosion as he lived near the area where it occurred. Nahim was amongst the directors of the NHPP, which employs over 300 people. The business started commercial printing such as catalogs, magazines, brochures, and books. And since then, we have been reinvesting into this industry in various diversified sectors. NHPP also introduced state-of-the-art machineries to print paper bags, packaging for application like sugar, flour, and mealie meal, as well as other industries. This is according to the Zambian watchdog.
Pretty sad, eh?
It's very sad.
Very, very sad.
Very, very sad.
Condolences to the family to start with. I think it's only in order that we should take that up before we go any further. I understand NHPP has impacted, rather brought change to the economy of Zambia, employing over 300 employees, also adding value to packaging as well as equipment that they supply countrywide, as well as obviously they probably did that internationally as well.
And also to the people of Lebanon. We stand with them. Our sympathies to all those that have lost their lives, all those that have lost family members, friends. This is such a tragic event.
You know, it's so tragic. You know, we have the coronavirus happening already, and you know, the country is already trying its best to ensure the citizens are okay. I actually saw a clip of a lady. It was her wedding day when the explosion happened.
Wow.
So
was she in the area?
Yes, she was. She was in the area. She was having her pictures taken, and the shockwave hit. And it was a really sad occurrence, to be honest. It was really sad. And to the NHPP family, from us here at Live TV, we would like to say condolences. And it is sad that we lost such an important person, part of a huge company that has employed over 300 people. Oof, this is really sad.
I'd really want to know what was the plan to store over 2,700 ammonium nitrate? What was the plan? What were they trying to do with it? Exactly, because it was stored over years, right? So what were they trying to do with it? You know what I mean?
Over 6 years. It was sitting there. First we had the fireworks that went off.
Okay.
And then this ammonium nitrate is the one that actually caused the massive explosion. One wonders why you would store something so explosive
close to the city,
area.
you know.
And it looked like it was close to a city where people lived, worked. You know,
it was
a normal day. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you just drive out and you're going to work, or you're coming from home, or having coffee, or and something like that happens. It's tragic.
It's very tragic, because imagine you put such a warehouse by Mandale.
Wow.
We would have Olympia, Road Spa, probably get all the way to Charleston. You know, I really think it was reckless to have such a warehouse. Have about 2,700 tons of ammonia.
Should have stored it from a far more. You know, somewhere very far. Even put it in water if you can. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And they should have
store it in water, because in 6 years they're not using it.
But when you think about it, where do we store it here?
It's a good question.
Isn't it Kuma industrial area?
Yes, industrial area. If something was to happen, because I used to work in the industrial area not too long ago. If there was an explosion there, and you're looking at how all those these fuel tanks there's fertilizer being manufactured there. If something similar was to happen, would the effect be the same? Would it affect us the same kind of way?
It probably would, because if you look at the cause of that magnitude of distraction, is the fireworks. Something as small as the fireworks cause that much impact. So imagine, like you're saying, there's you have your fuel tanks there, you have the fertilizer, and something happens in that order. You obviously expect something devastating that magnitude, or something worse even. You know. So yeah, it's very possible.
Yeah, we've had a lot happen in the news this week, and we hope you're still tuned in, because we have a lot of other segments that we've prepared for you today. We'll be right back.
wena iwe pali pako ma 20 apolo ma 5
Anga makoino sasinjira kumuzona ndama
makoino nsochi songatindeko ku bantu abane ndiyotopwana 5 hours pamene pano leyo
kamba naye.
That is why you need to get an e-token, sir. It is faster and easier.
The e-tolling card Dubalela is a National Road Fund agency card. So all you have to do is just credit it in Dalama and you'll be able to use it per token monga panusu. To avoid the inconveniences quarter, so where you have to start looking for ama 20 kwa chakula cherusha bantu so.
Introducing the electronic toll card. It's easier, faster, and secure. Access the e-toll cards from all toll gates across the country or the agency's head office in Lusaka at only 30 kwacha.
This message is brought to you by the National Road Fund Agency, a sustainable road fund.
Welcome back. You're still with me, Elvis Perry. We are talking about the perception of mental health in Zambia, and I am joined by Mr. William Perry, who is the Principal Clinical Officer, Psychiatry at the Chainama Hospital, to shed more light on this topic with us. Mr. William, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so we're going to dive deep into the program. Can you briefly speak on what mental health is and what it encompasses?
Right. Mental health.
Yes.
First things first. We need to define it in a simpler way so that the viewers are able to understand.
Yes.
Mental health, according to WHO, World Health Organization,
yes,
is the state of well-being in which an individual realizes his or her own potential and can cope with normal stress of life and can work productively and fruitfully and is able to contribute to the community.
Okay.
That is in simpler terms.
Yes.
Meaning that we need some bit of stress for us to be who we are.
Yes.
And we need to contribute to the community, and we need at least to realize our potential.
Yes.
That's what the WHO says, what mental health is. It's not only the absence of infirmity, no. So it is, by and large, the state of well-being in which an individual realizes his or her own potential, and can contribute to the community, and can work productively.
Okay.
That's what it simply means, what mental health is.
Okay, so how does this topic of mental health or mental illness actually impact individuals when one has this situation?
You know, the impact of mental health, as you may be aware that it is marginalized, but the devastating effect of it that comes with mental illness.
Yes.
I should be able to distinguish between what mental illness and mental health is. But the disease itself, the mental illness that comes with it, there is that stigma, where it reaches to an extent where, you know, a person who suffers from mental illness, starting from at the place of work, like just like here at you know, live TV, you may realize that God forbid, my brother won't have a mental breakdown, but in situations where, one has a mental breakdown, the first thing that they're going to do is, sideline that person without helping that person, to seek medical attention. So we have the community that shun away from seeking medical attention to facilities that provide these services because of stigma that is attached to it. So the impact is huge because a lot of people keep these patients enclosed.
Okay, so I know you mentioned stigma and also how people feel neglected or sidelined. How does one having that illness affect, or rather forge forward and move on from having stigma?
The time that we're going to realize that we are who we are because of our sound mind, because of our mental health, then we'll respect the facilities where they provide these services. We'll respect the patients who are suffering from mental illness, because I always say that no one is immune from mental illness. And if we realize that I can have a breakdown, then we'll be able to, at least to provide a better platform for these people to seek medical attention. I must mention that stigma itself, the moment you just hear of Chinama, already you have that perception of saying, no, Chinama only keeps people who are mad.
Very true.
You see? Of which the perception has to change. Because the services that are provided there are more beyond than the patients whom we see. So because of that tag of a name, a lot of people will not seek medical attention. But I must be quick to mention that, mental health is provided at primary health level. It's a non-communicable disease, implying that at whichever level, at a clinic, you are supposed to receive the service. It's not only Chinama. Chinama is like a center of excellency where you are supposed to be referred when the clinic fails to to handle your case. So we shouldn't be just thinking of Chinama, and we should stop the stigma that we provide to these people, calling them names and all that.
Mr. Piri, you have mentioned that it should be imperative that one that has this illness should visit a clinic or hospital. Is this the case at this point? Is it possible that if I walk into a hospital or a clinic today, I will get the help that I need?
Exactly. In fact, that's what should happen. That's what should happen. You need to go to the moment you're not feeling fine, you feel like not eating, you feel like you're hearing voices, the first place to go to is not Chinama. The nearest facility, health facility, where you're going to go to. If need be, they will refer you, either UTH, either at Ndola General Hospital, either at whichever highest level of healthcare provision is provided, you'll be taken there. If there's need to come to Chinama, they will refer you to Chinama.
Digging deep into mental health, what would you say are the contributing factors when it comes to mental instability?
You and I, we are the contributing factor first. And I'm quick to mention this because the dimension of mental health is huge. And when it comes to what causes mental illness, I'll tell you that I like categorize them into three. There will be a predisposing factor, the precipitating factor, and the perpetuating factor. What I mean by predisposing factor, these are factors such as genes that we're born with. They could be running in the family, and then you also carry that gene, and then you start presenting with mental illness. Sometimes, we have social factors. Bereavement, for instance. You fail to cope with bereavement. Being fired from work, you tend not to cope with that stress. Mind you, I mentioned that you need the normal stress of life for you to thrive. To cope. So, meaning that if the stress is overwhelming, financial constraints are one of them. You have debt, just mere debt itself. Can contribute one to break down, to have depression. Nowadays we have the social media, and I must be quick to mention that social media has contributed. Think of it, within a flash of a second, you wake up, Mr. Piri, the following morning, you find yourself, you're everywhere, you're a headline. And it's obvious for not good reasons that why you are making the headlines, but you're everywhere.
Yes.
And your name is being scandalized left, right, and center. You fail to cope.
Very true.
You fail to face me. You fail to face your family. You fail to face the community. The end thing that you're going to develop is what we call a mood disorder, where there's depression. And depression kills. So we are not... Social media, let me just go on this one. Social media, I'll tell you that, has finished people.
Okay.
It has really finished people. Yes, it is entertaining, but to the larger extent, I will tell you that a lot of people have ended up even committing suicide as a result of that. And suicide itself is a precursor of depression. And others have failed to, you know, move on.
True. Okay, so speaking on this area of health, do you think currently we're giving it as much attention as it needs to receive?
Thank you to you people who are giving us this platform. It means you are trying to educate the masses there through this interview. And if we can have other media houses that are taking up this challenge of, you know, educating the masses what mental health is. We are not doing much, but somehow, deliberately, our mother ministry, Ministry of Health, through health promotion, they've done everything possible to make sure that our general public is, you know, well enlightened when it comes to mental health. But there's much that we have to do. We shouldn't be thinking of mental health when it comes to the facility. That is the place where we are trying to cure our brothers and sisters. But we are supposed to take mental health to the doorstep in the community, because these problems are in the community. You see, certain things that people feel that there are things that they can deal with are things that brings about the disorders themselves. So when we go to the community, for instance, I like going to the market. If I go to the market, I start sensitizing the general public what they know about mental illness, what they know about depression, what they know about schizophrenia. When a patient comes who is in thugs and, you know, he's eating from the bin, and then comes to me and asks for food, do I get a stone and cast it on him? What do I do? You know, those people that you see in the compound, it doesn't mean that they don't have relatives. And those people can get better if there is that kind of care. Medication is there. If, you know, we don't give up. We have a syndrome of giving up. You know, we are tired with this patient. He doesn't get better. But you know, you cannot manipulate a gene. If it's genetic predisposition, there's nothing much you can do. It means the person is going to live with that mental illness until that time. You know? So
you're speaking on a level of me and you, but then let's move it up a bit. What are some of the policies? Do you think the policies that are currently in place when it comes to mental illnesses are actually helping either people that are affected and also people that are one way or the other indirectly affected as well?
Well, we need to appreciate the head of state that he passed, you know, the mental health bill. And I feel it's one area that we need also to explain more to the general public. That was last year, which is protecting the rights of patients with disabilities, including patients with mental illness. So the laws are there, and all we just need to do is to understand them. Because majority of the people who are viewing me, they may not even have a clue of what is contained in that bill. You know, the alcohol policy right now, it's there. All we just need to do right now is to make sure that, because I must mention that alcohol itself, on the statistics, is the top 10. It's the number 1 out of the top 10 disorders that is causing people to have a mental breakdown. So when we have these policies, for instance, the Liquor License Act that is there, implementation is what we are talking about. We can do the implementation, but if people do not understand, you know, bars at any time they are open, and the laws are there, and people don't seem to adhere to them, you know.
I'm glad you mentioned statistics. I think also we like to speak numbers. Are you able to share with us the current statistics when it comes to mental health in Zambia, or maybe would you want to speak on the institution itself?
I may not have because right now we're supposed to, this is now the third quarter that we're supposed to have. Let me just speak on the statistics that of the patients that we see at the hospital.
Yes.
I mentioned that out of the top 10 disorders that we have, number one, the one that is stopping is alcohol-induced psychotic disorder.
Okay.
Meaning that as a result of excessive consumption or harmful use of alcohol, patients are breaking down and they're having mental illness as a result of alcohol.
Okay.
The other one is cannabis.
Okay.
But now, if you are to look at it in a day, how many patients do I see in a day on average? I see 4 patients. If you do your math very well, you're going to realize that if in a day I see on average 4, in a week I'll see how many? 28. 28, right? And you multiply that
by the end of the month.
By the end of the month and the year, you're going to see that the numbers are reaching somewhere 1,000 plus.
Okay.
Just on alcohol. Now, we have other conditions such as schizophrenia. We have conditions such as depression. Depression, schizophrenia, must mention, is the number 4. Okay, these are conditions that we've seen as a general public where someone is just talking to themselves, they are laughing, they are carrying unnecessary luggage. You know, when you open that luggage, it's full of plastic and minute things that are there. Okay, and these go unreported most of the time. Okay, so by and large, all I'm simply saying is that alcohol is the number 1, followed by substance abuse. And if I mean substance abuse, this is number 2.
Okay.
We're talking of cannabis.
Okay.
We are talking of opiate drugs such as we have drugs, different ones.
Yes.
You know, cocaine, hallucinogens. Mention them. So when we do our tests, we are now seeing that it's also now on the rise.
Okay. So what's your general outlook when it comes to mental health? Do you think we are going to progress in terms of the policies that we put in place? The general education, do you think the numbers are likely to reduce, or it's still a worry and in the increasing numbers?
No, we are getting there.
Okay.
We are getting there. You know, what we really need to do mostly is the sensitization aspect, because some 2 decades ago, you wouldn't hear more of mental health. You wouldn't hear people talking about it openly. But now we are seeing a situation where people are talking openly, and the more we are having the number of people seeking medical attention, it means we are progressing. Because it doesn't mean that if I'm going to admit 5 patients today, tomorrow I admit 2, then it means there's progress. The more we sensitize the general public, the more they'll seek medical attention, and the statistics will go up. So it's a ripple effect. The more you sensitize people, they get enlightened, they will seek medical attention. So it does not mean at the same time that when the statistics are up, then we are not doing much. Sensitization itself will make people seek medical attention, and your statistics are likely to shoot. Now, when it comes to the aspect of, there are those relapses. Those are the worries now that we have to think of, because at the time the patient is coming back, we expect the good outcome, the good prognosis that is going to come. But when we realize that we treat this depressive patient, after a month or so, they're in a severe state. Then I'll start asking myself, what am I missing? I expect this person to go back to the community, work productive and fruitfully, and contribute. But this patient tends to come back. So the number of relapses are the worry that we are supposed to think of as to why this patient has stopped coming first for a review. Is it because of the medication that we are giving that the patient is not happy with? Because we expect each appointment that we give, the patient needs to come back. And at a certain point, we discharge the patient.
Okay. So what would you say final words with regards to mental health and advising the viewers out there how to handle either a patient or one that feels they need help in this aspect?
So on the continuum of care, it's costly to treat a psychiatric patient. Or a mental patient who suffers from mental illness. It's costly, and the drugs are expensive. Prevention first is better than the curative model. to rehabilitate again is something. Because, for instance, we are having a lot of youth right now who are on drugs.
Yes.
And a lot of parents are complaining like no man's business. They bring them to the hospital. We treat them quite all right. We send them back to the community. What is it that is there in the community that can help them to, you know, to stand their ground?
To come better.
So
also.
we need a lot of recreation facilities. We know that we don't have enough.
Yes.
So the best that we need to do right now, let us refrain from these drugs. Let us ensure that we do not touch illicit drugs, because once the system gets used,
yes,
you are gone. It's just like, you know, when you are thirsty, you look for water to quench that thirst.
Very true.
Same applies to drugs. Unless it's just schizophrenia, it's just depression. We can treat it quite all right, and counseling needs to be done.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the institution itself is always welcome and willing to meet these people and help them, isn't it?
More than willing, every time we are ready to receive patients, but we need also our families, place of work, to come in, to realize that when one breaks down, what do you do? Do you just go on punitive measures?
Yes.
No. Do you call HR? This person has been drinking a lot, let's fire him. You are not sorting out the problem, because the moment you are going to fire that person, you are creating another problem. So we would want to urge the general public, parastatal companies, government institutions, to ensure that also they have, you know, a health corner for their staff, you know, so that they are also helped.
Okay.
So Chanama Hospital, University Teaching Hospital, Levy, UTH, they are more than welcome to seek medical attention, including the clinics themselves.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Piri, for coming on the show.
There
you have it. Elvis here, joined by Mr. Piri, talking about mental health in Zambia. There's a lot to learn about the topic itself. There's a lot basically to learn about the effects, how it goes around, how you can maintain it, how you can basically just go around your day-to-day activities. So the onus comes back to us. Let's read about it. Let's make sure we do not stigmatize our friends and family members. Let's go to the nearest hospitals as well as clinics to get help in this aspect as well. So continue watching. We still have entertaining news, more information to give to you. Sorry about that. I think I'm getting hungry. It's still breakfast in the morning. What do you expect? So anyway, stick with us, guys. We have entertaining things coming up. Life in the Morning, channel 112 Top Star. Stay with us.
Masenza bwanji Tungende sako na iwe pali pako ma 20 apolo ma 5 kwa jari
mama ko ino sasinjira kumuzonda
kwa hiyo songa chinjeko ku bantu abana ndio top kana na 5 hours pamene pano leyo
kamba naye.
That is why you need to get an e-talk at SAR. It is faster and easier.
The e-tolling card Balela is a National Road Fund Agency card. So all you have to do is just credit it in Dalama and you'll be able to use it per token Monga Panuso. To avoid the inconveniences, so where you have to start looking for a 20 kwa chocolate cherusha bantuso.
Introducing the electronic toll card. It's easier, faster, and secure. Access the e-toll cards from all toll gates across the country or the agency's head office in Lusaka at only 30 kwacha.
This message is brought to you by the National Road Fund Agency, a sustainable road fund.
Welcome back. We are joined by social worker Jesse Mumba, and we are about to discuss children's mental health. Today's topic, of course, is mental health. We are about to dissect this topic today from the children's perspective. So, Jesse, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. So I've been notified that you are with Village of Hope. What is your role at Village of Hope?
At Village of Hope, amongst the plethora of roles I play, it all falls under social work. So whether it's being on the ground with the kids, organizing sports, helping with their homework, counseling, or being in the office, it's all under social work.
Okay. And what got you into it?
It was the first job I got out of school. Initially it was, just to kill time, but as I continued to do it, it kind of married with my change the world complex. And as time went, I found myself in situations that let me do it more, and so and in the end I was, doing it full time.
So it's like a passion job. It started with the love for it, and then you grew into doing the work.
Yeah, it's a job you can't do if you don't have the passion for it. It burns, and it takes lots of energy and emotion, and if you're not into it, you won't last long.
Yeah, okay.
So you love kids basically?
I do.
Really? Can I ask how many you have?
None at the moment.
Okay, so do you think our country prioritizes children's mental health?
I do not, and that is because if we look at sensitization, that's not a big thing. As when it comes to adults, it's not really sensitized. Mental health is something that's just been put in the corner, and we look at, because mental health is an invisible disease. It's not like malaria where you go and get a diagnosis from a doctor and he's going to tell you, okay, this is what you've got, you want to take this. And so it's something that hasn't been really recognized as a major problem, and so I don't feel it's being addressed or recognized as it should.
So the way we have like pediatricians, do you also think we should also have children's therapists?
Yeah, I think we should.
Okay, that's good.
So in your line of work, you've come across lots of different varied situations and mental disorders with the kids. What would you say are the most common types that you usually experience or that you've come across?
In the years I've been working with kids, I think the most common would be depression, ADHD, which is also known as attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, and anxiety.
Okay.
Yeah.
So kids do actually suffer a lot from depression?
They do.
And what usually causes it? What are the driving factors towards their depression? Is it similar to what we would suffer as adults? I know a lot of the times as adults it's driven by environmental factors like poverty, like drug abuse, and
it's pretty much the same thing. It begins when you're younger, and as you grow older, if it's not attended to, it gets worse. So things like abuse emotionally, physically, and conditions of living, and feeling out of place or isolated, those kind of things would lead to depression.
Okay. So you have been doing social work for how long now?
Close to 6 years.
6 years. Okay, so that means you've dealt with different kids, different communities. And what advice would you give to parents or guardians out there that notice a change of behavior in their kids or nieces or nephews at home?
A change in behavior isn't always, a mental illness, but for you to get down to the problem, you have to communicate. So communicate with your children. For them to open up to you, you have to create a safe space. They have to feel safe with you. They have to feel that their feelings are respected. And just like any other thing, disease, you don't find someone with malaria and tell them get better,
No.
And in our culture, when someone's down or anything, they'll just, if you're a man, they'll be like, man up, but listen to their feelings, what they have to say, and if it persists, this emotional change or in behavior, then you will know how to tackle it. But first, communication is key.
So like in such a case, can you give me an example of how you would talk to a child like that?
So, at my place of work, if I notice, because you know the kids, because you work with them, and you live with them, and so if you notice the change in a kid that's usually jovial and active, and he just starts to isolate himself, and he's not as active as I would approach him, and when you do that, try not to be formal. Like, he shouldn't feel like he's walking into a psych, talk to him about it, ease him into the questions, and at the end find out what's going on, how he's feeling, what's the cause. But yeah, it's communication, and try not to be formal.
Okay. I believe your work involves you getting in touch with the community quite a bit. What have you observed about our communities as you are working with relation to our mental health awareness?
I think there's close to zero awareness when it comes to mental health, because it's not something that's widely talked about. Yeah, it only comes to when it's at an extreme and someone is labeled mad. That's when everyone is like, oh, but when someone is sad or down, it's not really an issue in our communities, and they don't know about these things, ADHD, depression. They just, it's stuff that's overlooked.
So it tends to carry a lot of stigma because people don't understand it.
Yes, they don't understand it, and those who would be down with a mental illness would be afraid to come to light, to, because if they speak about it, people are going to look at me differently, and,
But has the organization tried to reach out with communities in regards of mental health?
Most of the time it's within our organization, so we're starting with our kids first, and then that will expand to communities around.
Okay, that's actually a very good incentive, start from within. As they say, charity begins at home, so I think it's best to start with the kids that you have, and then you spread out.
That is true.
Yeah. So, do you think that poverty with kids and these families, do you think poverty is a factor for their ignorance towards mental health?
It can be, and I wouldn't say it's the biggest, contributor towards their ignorance towards it, because even you'd find people in towns don't know about mental health. And so poverty can be a factor, but it's not the leading factor. It's because as a whole, as a nation, it's not something that's widely spoken about.
Okay, Choolwe, any more questions?
I think we have asked what we could in relation to kids, unless we want to go into deeper details.
I don't think we have enough time to
we
go.
don't have the
deep. Well, Jessie,
thank you so much, Jessie.
Pleasure's mine.
Hopefully we can have you back here, because there's so much that we need to talk about in terms of mental health and children. We haven't talked about the different illnesses that actually affect them. I know we have an autism week that comes up annually. Those are things that we need to look at, touch on. He had mentioned ADHD, and
there are a lot. There are a lot.
Right.
There's lots of them.
Yeah, there's just so much. We do not know about them in detail, and we need to learn so much. We need to get more information out there so that people can also, know where to take their kids when their kids have issues, know what to do with themselves when they have issues. Jessie, thank you so much. It's been lovely having you. We hope to have you back here soon. Will you come?
Sure.
You will?
I will.
We'll give you tea next time.
And biscuits.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, kids and boys and girls, we'll be back with the fashion segment.
Muli bwanji tati.
Bwino masenza bwanji mama. Tungende kona iwe. Pali pako ma 20 apolo ma 5 kwa jari.
Mama ko ino sachinjira kumuzonda mazizilipo.
Mako iyo nsochi. Songa chinjeko kubantu abale ndio chopwana na 5 hours pamene pano leyo.
Kamba naye.
That is why you need to get an e-token, sir. It is faster and easier.
What?
The e-tolling card Balela is a National Road Fund agency card. So all you have to do is just credit it in Dalama and you'll be able to use it per token Monga Paniso. To avoid the inconveniences, so you have to start looking for a 20 chocolate cherusha banso.
Introducing the electronic toll card. It's easier, faster, and secure. Access the e-toll cards from all toll gates across the country or the agency's head office in Lusaka at only 30 kwacha.
This message is brought to you by the National Road Fund Agency, a sustainable road fund.
And I'm here to represent Yours Closet. Through the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be coming to you through the studio to show you a couple of fashionable items and give you some fashion tips on how to wear different outfits based on different events. Today, I came with at least 4 outfits, actually 5 outfits that I would like to show you and how to wear them at different events. So to start with, I came with these, hold on, just give me a second. These wide-legged pants that are in style. I'm sure everybody has noticed that these pants are back, and they used to be in style, I think in the 60s, 70s, if I'm not mistaken, and they are back in style. So what you simply do with these pants is you can wear them with a different match set, which can help you with wherever you're going. So for today, I brought tops that you can wear on occasions such as office. So for this one, you can just pair this with the pants by tucking it in. When you tuck it in and you accessorize it and you carry yourself like a small bag of some sort, then you're good to go. If you are extra, like me, I usually like to have my outfits give a message out there. You can throw in a trench coat just on the top, but not actually wearing it. You just put it on your shoulders just to look a bit more fashionable and more stylish. And then for casual, you can pair the same pants, but with a bralette inside. Just give me a second. Okay, so these bralettes are also in style. They can go with almost everything. I actually carried them because you can find them anywhere, but I would guarantee you our quality is better than most of them, so you can find them at Yours Closet. So you can either use white, which is something that most people would prefer, but if you're bold and you like to play around with colors, I think I would actually prefer for you to use the mustard, which is one of my favorite colors at the moment and is very, very in style. So when you wear this with the pants, you can accessorize it to make it more elegant. But again, you can put on a jacket or throw it over you on your shoulders just to up your grade. Okay, so that's the second outfit. For the third outfit, I know a couple of girls like to go out with their girlfriends for brunch or some sort of outing in the afternoon, so I figured maybe you can wear something classy that is not going to be so loud and not so subtle, just something in the middle. So you can pair it with this blouse, which can be tied depending on what you prefer, but I think it would look more stylish if it was tied. And then maybe throw on a hat of some sort, preferably black, to just bring out more elegance. And then there's the first date. I brought 2 outfits because I feel like personality-wise, we all have different styles. So for me, I'm a crop top person. I would prefer to wear the pants with the crop top, which is not so pronounced, but just enough to make a statement. So you can wear this with the pants, and I think for the jewelry, maybe just a simple necklace, something like what I'm wearing right now, and that's it. But for other people that are a little bit more subtle, on the same outfit, I think this would work. It's just a nice blouse, which would add a bit of fun and a bit of color to the slacks. This can also be good for brunch and for first date. And then for the final outfit, I brought how you can turn the entire outfit into a cocktail or a dinner wear. I brought 2 outfits for this as well, depending on what kind of person you are. So for the first one, I think you can wear it with this top. Just give me a second. It's entangled a little bit. Yeah, so you can wear it with this top, which is enough to make a statement, but this can be worn in different colors. I prefer this color because it matches a little bit with the pants. I don't know if you guys can see that. It actually looks like a suit, which has been made from different different industries, but you throw on this without any jewelry and just the pants, then you're good to go. I think for this outfit, it's loud enough as it is, so there's no need to add any accessories or bags or anything of some sort. Of course, you can carry a black bag, but to be on the safe side, I think you've already made a statement. Let's not get too out of hand. So for the second outfit, for the cocktail, I carried, this is a bodysuit. I kept it black. It's got an open back, which I will eventually show you guys once I start to parade the clothes. So you can wear this alone with the pants, the bodysuit with the pants. It will still look classy, but to go an extra mile, I think you can pair it with a jacket. Please let it not be any jacket, because if you use a jacket without any ensembles, it turns into another outfit, which will have to be worn for another occasion. So if you have to stick to the evening, I highly recommend that you get these jackets. So for all the clothes that I've shown today, you can find them at our store at Tio's Closet, which is based in North Mead, off Manchinchi Road. Just plot number 07/30, and you can find us on Google Maps. If we're not on Google Maps, then you can simply Google us and it will take you to our store. If not, then follow me on Instagram as Tio Tembo or Tio's Closet, and the same for Facebook. Just like our page and follow us. So for now, let me demonstrate on how the outfits can come out physically.
bwanji tati.
Bwino masenza bwanji mama. Tungiyendesa kona iwe. Pali pako ma 20 apolo ma 5 kwa jari.
Makoi no sasinjira kumuzo ndama zilipo.
Makoi nso songa chinjeko ku bantu abane ngochopwana la 5 hours pamene pano leyo.
Kamba naye.
That is why you need to get an e-talk at SAR. It is faster and easier.
What? The e-tolling card Balela is a National Road Fund agency card. So all you have to do is just credit it in Dalama and you'll be able to use it per token Monga Panuso. To avoid the inconveniences, so where you have to start looking for a 20
Introducing the electronic toll card. It's easier, faster, and secure. Access the e-toll cards from all toll gates across the country or the agency's head office in Lusaka at only 30 kwacha.
This message is brought to you by the National Road Fund Agency, a sustainable road fund.
Welcome back to Life in the Morning. Thank you for joining us and staying with us this morning. We've been together for the past 2 hours. Now with us in studio is Yellow Ray Digital Agency and Channel Yellow on the YouTube channel. Guys, what is Yellow Ray?
Okay, so basically Yellow Ray Digital is a digital marketing platform or a digital marketing agency where we focus on social media management for clients.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, it means that people decide to give us their social media platforms and then we revamp them for them and we help them build their brands online and then we just help them navigate the online space because a lot of businesses don't really understand the importance of social media in Zambia. So we sensitize them to social media understanding and also just building their brands and allowing their community to engage with them on their social media platforms as well.
Okay, that sounds hectic.
It is. Social media is hectic.
Yeah.
Even just if you're thinking about your personal social media, it's hectic.
It's a lot of work.
So we understand when a client comes and says, like you just take it on and do it.
Take control. Exactly. I cannot do this.
Yeah, it's not my portion. So we're like, we got you.
Yeah.
You have the energy for it.
100%.
Of course. Now you need a certain type of energy to do this work because it's a lot, but then it's exciting. Yeah, it's quite exciting.
Right.
Yeah.
So if a client comes to you, you know, most of us will have 1 or 2 social media platforms.
Yeah.
Are you guys working right across the board? Like you will do your
LinkedIn,
Facebook,
Instagram,
Twitter,
websites.
Yeah,
you literally
the
have
whole
all of them.
9 yards. Yeah, the only platforms we don't work with are Pinterest and Google Plus. Everything else we work with. Yeah,
but even those will be like eventually, maybe.
Maybe eventually. But because a lot of businesses don't have those platforms in Zambia and they don't want us to manage them for them. If they do have them, they really want to focus mostly on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How effective are these platforms?
It depends on your business.
Yeah, it depends on your business.
On your business or the kind of blog that you have or even the service that you're providing. Because for certain services, most of your maybe client base might be on Facebook. Some it might be on Instagram. So we kind of have to analyze and audit the business first and then gauge where the best place to place you would be.
Okay, I heard you mention blogging.
Yeah.
You guys blog for people as well?
No.
No.
Okay, all right.
But we could manage content.
We could manage the content for you.
Okay, that was just going to blow my mind because blogging is so personal.
I know. Yeah. So what we do help with is setting up content ideas for your blog. So if you don't know where to start, what type of content pieces you would like to put on your blog, we help you come up with a content plan and structure it and strategize it for you. But then you end up writing your own pieces. Because blogging is quite personal, like you
then
mentioned.
we can just help you with graphics, photography, creative direction,
all of that good stuff.
Okay, so Belly and Lovu.
Adele Mackay.
You guys have been in this for a while, right?
Yeah, about 4 or 5 years now.
4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
How did you guys start? How did you get into it?
Sure.
Firstly, let's look at you as individuals.
Okay.
There is
Okay.
Belia, there is Adele.
Yeah.
How did you guys meet?
Okay. How we met. We have a YouTube video on our YouTube channel that you can look at. I was gonna say click link in bio, but obviously this
the
is
link
not
is
that.
not in the bio.
Okay, so we met at our client shoot. So Adele was initially a model for Lace Designs shoot, and she was just a vibe. I was just like, this girl, literally.
And this was only last year.
Last year, Feb.
Yeah, so we've only been in partnership for about a year.
Yeah.
But we've been doing social media management from
From
before.
day, yeah. But then we partnered last year, obviously.
Yeah.
So we met at the shoot, and then we just decided to be best friends for life and business partners for life. Yeah. And then we were like, okay, obviously you do what you do individually, I do what I do individually, but if we come together, it'll be more powerful, and that's exactly what happened. Yeah.
That was quite a big leap.
Yeah.
If you meet someone, you want to get to know them, and you want to actually establish some sort of relationship with them
yeah.
before you can get into business, right? You guys just went for it.
I guess we just had to, because at the end of the day, we're at that age and that stage in our lives, we were just like, let's try it. If it fails, we'll do something else.
Exactly.
So we both kind of have the same mentality, so we're always like trying and trying.
It was very much like a faith move. Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah.
That sounds very interesting and very scary. I don't know if I could trust someone so much to say I'm going to get into business. But you guys have similar energies. You have very good rapport. You seem to have actually picked your business up very well.
I don't know. I think we're like a unicorn, really, because a lot of partnerships in Zambia don't really like flourish the way we have, and everything we think about is so in sync. Like, she's so strong at one thing, and I'm so strong at this thing, but then when we come together, it's like a chima.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
It's like a communication thing. So if you're able to communicate, like, this is how I communicate, and this is what like I can do, and you meet me here, and then you just kind of meet in the middle. And it's just a beautiful,
you know,
something.
Exactly the thing that you create.
Okay, I love this energy. Could you please tell us a little more about your business? How you got into it, how you started. You have told me how you met.
Okay.
When you started, did you guys like already have clients? Did you have to think of how you're going to source your clients? What actually happened? How have you grown your business? How have you birthed it? And you know the process of actually getting into it, growing it.
Okay, so basically what happened is that Belia was already Yellowray Digital
in university in Cape Town.
So she had already started like a little startup and all of that stuff, and it was great. And she moved to Zambia, and then she obviously got some clients here and started doing what she needed to do. So when we partnered, I had just come back from university in the UK, and there was a bunch of people that were hitting me up to say, oh, can you please handle my social media? Could you please help me with this? And I kept asking Belia, like,
sis, how much do I charge?
You know?
That was the biggest thing.
So then she was like, okay, and she kept throwing me this information, and then we had gone to Livingston for a little staycation, and then we just looked at each other and we said, you know what, let's just make it one big baby. So we got the clients that were kind of, you know, trying to reach out for my services and the people that she already had, and then we just made it like a nice cute baby.
Exactly. I know we keep saying cute baby in unison, but that's exactly how it works.
Yellowray is our baby.
It is.
As you have been growing and you know, moving through the different phases of your business, what have you guys learned? What challenges have you faced?
Sis, how much time do you got?
Like, we'll be here all day.
Wait, just literally just fold it in together for me, just like a quick snippet.
Okay, what we've learned is communication matters, and your value is up to you to decide. If you allow other people to determine your value, that's how it's going to be for the rest of your life and in your business. So we have placed a lot of boundaries in place with ourselves personally, with our clientele, and with how we interact as business partners in order for us to have a healthy relationship with our business and to have a healthy relationship with ourselves. So communication, boundaries, and knowing your worth. I think those are the very, 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 very important things that we've learned.
Because I think another thing is that we're not there yet, but we behave like we're there already. We don't have an office space, we don't have that stuff, but we behave like we're there already. Because the fact is that a lot of people are going to push you around because you're a startup. But then we know where we're going. So for us, the rules are in place. You can't tell us, you can't talk to us anyhow, you can't call us on the weekend, don't call me after 7 p.m.
Don't even
we
try.
We literally have all these things in place. Because it's only, you're literally going to, the energy you give out is the energy you're going to receive. So if you're just going to let people push you around, your business will also be pushed around.
To
be wishy-washy.
Exactly.
So
Okay. Social media. How do you guys manage all these social media accounts and stay sane?
Sis. Okay, so we do have help. We have an intern, we have a graphic designer, we have an editor, we have people on our team that we outsource that help us. And I think the most important thing that we have is boundaries and time off to just be quiet in ourselves. So we don't always manage all the platforms ourselves. We do have someone who does it, and then Adele is like good with creative direction, graphics, and I'm good with strategizing, copywriting. So I don't do everything and she doesn't do everything. I think that's the very very important thing, is that when we have our partnership, we divide the work, and we know when we divide the work, we'll conquer in the space that we're good at. Yeah,
that's true. And I guess with social media, maybe also what you're trying to say in terms of staying is the fact that you constantly have to be on there, and there's so much information, and you just take it in. We literally take breaks.
Yeah, we have
like
to,
as it is. Like right now, I don't have WhatsApp. I don't have. I've just deleted all of my apps for a certain period of time. And then I'll come back because I just need this to be quiet and just like I need my mental to be quiet.
So you actually do have quiet time to kind of like reel it in.
And then we can also communicate with each other to be like, I am breaking down. Because it's not just like you have your work life. You have your work life, and then you have things that are going on in your life as well. So you can't be overwhelmed with things that are going on in your life and expect to just function as a normal human being on social media. So we know how to separate the two quite good.
Okay, all right. I've got so many questions, very little time. Guys, what could you tell our viewers out there? How would you advise them to maintain a healthy mental state of being whilst using the social media platforms? What is excessive, what is normal, what is positive, and what is toxic for them?
Sis, I think Adele will go.
Okay, you know, at the end of the day, you have control over your social media. You have total control over your social media, whether you want to get off it for the day or whatever it is. So you can decide what you want to do. I would recommend having a limit or a time of the day that you go on there and a time of the day that you're just doing other things. Because if you're constantly scrolling, it's going to mess up your mental. And then also you can filter out the things that you don't want to see. If you don't see content about, you know, like politics or whatever it is, because you know sometimes it's just too much. So you can filter out those things. You can mute things. You can unfollow pages. It's fine. It's allowed.
That block button is a blessing. Block.
Just block.
Just unfollow. Just
because those are the things that you're feeding into your mind. As you scroll, those things are going to stay in your mind. So you can just basically take 100%, control.
100%.
Okay, that is awesome. Please give some inspiration to someone out there who's trying to be the next Belia, the next Adele.
Yes, number one, don't try be the next Belia or Adele.
Be the next
John. You.
Be the next
There's
Jane.
already a Belia, there's already an Adele. This is what I always tell people that are like, Belia, how can I be like you? Don't try be like me. That's never going to happen because there's already me in the world. And my superpower is me. So your superpower is you. And
don't copy paste.
Don't
copy
Don't
paste.
do it. Don't copy paste nothing. Just look inside and understand that your potential is literally waiting for you to manifest. It's just literally sitting in you saying, sis, Odi, I'm here. I want to come in. Can I do what I need to do? So just don't focus so much on your weaknesses and all of your energy on your stuff that sucks. Just take some time and write down your strengths. Like, just do that and you'll figure out the rest as you go.
Because your source is literally like the fact that you're unique. That's your source.
Literally.
So don't try and steal somebody else's source. Because it's going to taste like something else. So just don't steal anyone's source. What is your superpower? What is your uniqueness? Just zero into that and we can all flourish.
100%.
That's beautiful. That's very nice. So basically, if you want to be successful in anything, first of all, align yourself with your being.
Yes, I like that you did this.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Find alignment.
100%.
Find who you are.
That's it.
And then you're going to flourish in what you do.
100%.
That is what it is.
It is what it is.
Exactly what it is.
Exactly.
It's interesting. I mean, social media. 2 years ago, some of us would have been like, nah, it's not going to make
money.
But here we are.
100%. And 2 years ago, I was like, yes, social media, that's where the money is at.
It's true.
I was literally like, this is where the money is at, and literally that's where the money is at. The world is not going to be less digitized anytime soon.
It's only up from here. It's going to become more.
Guys, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you for having us.
It's been a very uplifting chat.
Yeah,
I
I'm
was
glad.
really cold and unable to focus with all this energy.
Yes, the
Oh,
world.
great.
I
I'm
needed
glad.
this energy. I really did.
Oh.
Thank you. It's been lovely having you.
Awesome. Thank you for having us.
We hope to see you guys soon
Of course.
on some other platform, maybe doing
100%.
something else.
Yeah, definitely.
Watch this space.
Okay,
All right.
lovely.
Thank you.
Viewers, this was Belly and Adele of Yellow Ray Digital Agency, and yeah, I think they had a lot to share that was really uplifting, inspiring, and lots of energy for us, eh? Thank you. We'll be back shortly.
Muli bwanji tati.
Bwino masenza bwanji mama. Chungiyendesa kona iwe. Pali pako ma 20 apolo ma 5 kwa jari.
Mama ko inoza sinjira kumuzwa ndama zisiri.
Moko yenso songa chinjeko kubantu abane ndiyotopana na 5 hours pamene pano leyo.
Kamba naye.
That is why you need to get an e-token, sir. It is faster and easier.
What?
The e-tolling card Balela Ndapo is a National Road Fund agency card. So all you have to do is just credit it in Dalama and you'll be able to use it per token Monga Panuso. To avoid the inconveniences quarter, so where you have to start looking for 20 kwa chakula cherusha bantu so.
Introducing the electronic toll card. It's easier, faster, and secure. Access the e-toll cards from all toll gates across the country or the agency's head office in Lusaka at only 30 kwacha.
This message is brought to you by the National Road Fund Agency, a sustainable road fund.
Welcome back, guys. We're still watching Life in the Morning with Elvis and Ashley, and this is the entertainment segment. All right. So now today we're joined by one of an actor, an upcoming actor in the industry. His name is Kezo. We'll allow him to speak more about himself. So welcome to the show, Kezo. You are welcome. So Kezo, tell us more about yourself and what you do and how it's like been so far.
Well, my full name is Kezo Mwamba.
Okay.
I'm an actor, musician, image builder. I think to put it in a nutshell, I am basically just an entertainer.
Okay, so you're going to entertain us today, right?
Whoa. I'm not getting paid.
Don't worry, we can talk about that later.
We'll talk about that later.
Write you a good check.
No sample.
So.
Okay.
So we're basically, we just want to understand how it's been like you doing different things in the industry, like you're saying, an actor, an image builder, a musician. So just tell us more about what you've done in the past, how it's been like, your challenges, your upbringings, your highest points, lowest points, and so on.
Okay, firstly, I'm a Christian. The Bible says, do various things to discover that which you're best in. Well, for me, music is something that I've been doing like half of my life. And you know, music and acting at some point meet. Because when we're doing music videos you're expected to act.
Yes.
So it's not something that's, you know,
Separate.
so apart from each other. So for me, it's something that I find very easy to do because from everything that I can do best, I mean, this is what I love to do the most.
I like how he's putting it.
I like it. So, you know, you are doing so many things at once, and I have come to learn that in the acting industry, the movie industry, you have long hours on set. So how do you manage to balance everything else at the same time?
Well, when you love something, obviously, time doesn't matter.
Okay.
So this is what I love to do. So for me, it doesn't even. I don't even notice how much time I take on set, in the studio. I'm enjoying. I'm having fun. You know,
Are you acting right now?
It's like what you guys do. I bet you this is fun for you. So you might be here from 7:30 to the next day and not feel a pinch.
True.
The same for me.
I hope you're not acting right now, are you?
We don't know.
I equally don't know.
Need a script for it?
Not really. I mean, it just comes out naturally.
So you're an improv actor, so to say.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Oh, okay. So, where can the viewers catch you to see these various talents that you have told us about?
Okay, so on Facebook, it's Kezo Official.
Okay.
Instagram, Kezo Mamba.
Oh, okay, Kezo Mamba. So
follow that, guys.
Follow. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter?
Twitter, no. Personal reasons. But then Instagram, Kezo Mamba. Facebook, Kezo Official. Kezo spelled as K-E-Z-O.
So are you allowed to disclose a few projects you're working on?
Yeah, sure. Sure.
Can you please shed more light on what you're working on right now?
Okay, right now I'm working on an EP.
Okay.
I'm in the studio, like audio.
Okay.
So I'll be dropping some music sometime, I think month end.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, speaking of your EP, are you able to tell us who you've worked with on your EP, what we're looking out for, you know?
Okay, I have guys like Joe Swax, who plays Gyros in Impali.
Okay.
I have Shazi, who plays Hambe in Impali. I have Zoa, who plays Tionenji in Impali.
Wait, Tionenji, Tio, the famous Tio.
The famous Tio. So all those guys, they're jumping on my EP.
Oh, okay.
So you're working as a family, from the Mpali family to your music as well. You're working together.
Yeah, because we have become friends even outside work.
Yeah.
So we spend too much time together.
Okay. So apart from music, is there anything else that you're working on right now?
TV?
Yeah, TV, but I can't talk about that now because it's still in the pipeline.
Okay, no, we'll be waiting for that.
Sure, I mean, this is home, so I'll be back to launch.
I like the sound of that. This is home, eh?
You have to bring it here. We have to be one of the first people to listen and watch it and give the viewers a glimpse. Will be the first.
Definitely. Yeah. So anyway, we're speaking mental health in Zambia. All right. So we just want to understand what's your view, what's your perception with regards to mental health in Zambia.
Okay. Personally, I feel to a large extent in Zambia, people who are mentally ill are highly stigmatized, humiliated, condemned, sometimes even scorned at.
Yeah, that's true.
However, caring for people who are in this state, when you talk about the old-aged, it's our duty. It's the duty of every extended family to take care of these people.
Yeah.
But then it's sad because we condemn, we are humiliating, which is very sad.
Okay. It's not right to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
We should put ourselves together, so we shouldn't actually stigmatize not only the elderly people, like you're saying. It could be the youths, us, the young ones, of course, how we react towards each other. I mean, you in the music industry, you in acting, you doing what you do as a brand, as an individual. There's a lot of action that you get also and attention that you might get. But tell us, from your experience in the industry that you're currently working in, how do you think the industry can come in to help when it comes to such situations?
Okay, I would love to urge every other, like my fellow artists, to use their huge influence and following just to talk about these things and just tackle these issues. Because the same way people who dress a certain way because makitu akondo vala so they could also use that influence to talk about these things, just be positive, and the general public who obviously are going to do and follow suit because Makitu did it, because Labdi did it.
True.
Yeah. So I'm urging every other artist there to be positive. Let's talk about it in our songs. Let's talk about it on social media.
Okay. I like that.
I like it too. You should talk about it too on your social media.
This is why we're actually talking about it right now. This is why we're actually talking about it. So thank you very much, Keizo, for coming through and sharing with us about your experiences, what you do, mental health as a topic for today. Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
I'm humbled.
Yeah.
You want to take this?
No, you can take it.
You know you're allowed to do it, right?
I don't want to.
Okay, ladies first. They always say ladies first. So
nice guys.
Here you
last.
Go. We're not done yet.
I know, we're done with this interview right now.
Here we go again. Guys. Okay, so stick with us. We're still watching Life in the Morning on Topstar Channel 112. Please follow Keizo Official, Keizo Mwamba. Follow Life TV Facebook pages and bring through your comments or suggestions, your efforts. We'll very much appreciate. Remember, there's no wrong answer, there's no correct thing to say out there, but just tell us what you think about the topic for today, and let's keep this interaction going.
And we'll be right back with
now you want to talk? Anyway,
Elvis,
we'll be right back.
Elvis, we'll be right back.
Senza bwanji mama. Tumende sako na iwe. Pali pako ma 20 apolo ma 5 kwa jari.
Mama ko ino sachinjira kumuzonda
Mako ino songa chinjeko kubantu abane ngiyotopwana la 5 hours pamene pano nayo.
Kamba nayo.
That is why you need to get an e-token, sir. It is faster and easier.
The e-tolling card is a National Road Fund agency card. So all you have to do is just credit it in Dalama and you'll be able to use it per token monga paniso. To avoid the inconveniences, so where you have to start looking for 20 kwa chakula chirusha bantu so.
Introducing the electronic toll card. It's easier, faster, and secure. Access the e-toll cards from all toll gates across the country or the agency's head office in Lusaka at only 30 kwacha.
This message is brought to you by the National Road Fund Agency, a sustainable road fund.
Early birds, thank you for still tuning in and staying with us right here on Live TV. This is still Life in the Morning, and you're here with CHOOLWE, Elvis, and of course me, Ashley. We are joined by a very special guest who smells so beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
Miss Elaine McKnight.
Hello, guys.
Hello, how are you?
Thank you so much for having me here. This is very exciting. I've never done live TV before.
Really?
Yeah,
it's not
I'm
as bad.
scared.
It's as good as taking pictures. Now you're doing sun-kissed what?
I don't know.
Have you seen that option on Facebook where they say photo? Have you ever taken a direct photo from Facebook and posted it?
Why would you do that?
Oh, really? Let's try and do that. Let's see.
I think we'll try. Like, we'll
Real
post,
life,
we'll post
social
it on
media.
live TV. We'll post it. Like, this is the live picture. So, Elaine, you are an actress amongst other things. One of the founding actresses with Zambezi Magic.
Yes.
The first thrilling series we had, which was Fever.
Yes.
Yes. So please tell us, who is Elaine apart from Fever and Zambezi Magic?
Wow. I was going through my CV the other day and it was 4 pages long.
Are you serious?
So apart from being an actress, I am a model, I am a designer, I'm a stylist. I styled Zuba the first season.
Oh.
Wow.
Yes.
Amazing work.
No.
And my clothing brand is coming out soon.
Oh, okay.
I won't say when because I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
And most important, I am a mom.
Oh, amazing. A lot of work going on there.
You have so many things going on for you, Elaine.
And I'm a student.
How many things do you do?
Everything.
Now I see why your CV is 4 pages. That's too much.
It's like two.
You might want to cut it down, you know?
Just
put it
try
in summarize.
just like summarize it.
But I feel like everything is important.
Like they all need to know. Like
they all
must
need
know.
to know. They must know.
So if everything is important, tell us how you manage or how you juggle amongst everything. I mean, if you had to lay them out on this table, you'd probably be picked from there, right? So how you juggle everything?
Well, basically you have to create a schedule and you have to make sure that nothing overlaps something.
Okay.
So if I have a heavy semester, I will not take any heavy projects.
Oh, okay.
Because I know that mentally I will not handle it. I'll be stressed out. Yes, and I have a amazing support system when it comes to my son.
Okay.
So I have my mom and my sister. So I managed to get everything done.
Isn't he like such a mommy's boy? Like my time.
He is. Even this morning, like I was telling you, he was sleeping and I was trying to get my shoes. So I walk in and he's like,
time to get
and
up.
I looked at him and I'm also like, I'm like, maybe you'll go back to sleep. And he goes, Mommy, where are you going?
So he knows when you're leaving.
Yes, he looked at me, he's like, got makeup on.
She's about to go somewhere.
About to leave.
She's leaving me.
So you're a mom, you're an actress, and this week we're talking about mental health. So I will ask you first as an actress, then I will ask you as a mother. So as an actress, we tend to see various characters. You know, we tend to see as I said to our guest earlier on, that the long hours and day after day, the life behind the camera, the acting, the script, and all of that. How did you remain sane?
She's tired already.
She's already tired. How did you remain sane, like mental wise? Did that strain you at some point?
Yeah.
I can give you from both sides, as wardrobe and as an actress.
Okay.
As an actress, it's not really the schedule that bothers you, because there are 2 types of acting. There's classical and there's method. I use method. So I find myself having to explore mental health because it's not just, there's so many things that lead to a person to do certain things. As an actress, you have to understand that, so that when you're getting into character, you understand where the character is going.
True.
Yeah, so that's the stressful part, because method acting, you have to go all the way in. You have to be the character. So if your character has trauma, you have to imagine yourself in that type of position and feel that kind of pain. That's the stressful part, because coming out isn't always so easy.
True.
So depending on how long the project is, that's how long you're feeling that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So I'd like to pick a word from what you said, coming out. Okay. So I think, like you're saying, it's very difficult coming out, and also what happens. We get scared as to what is going to happen, what are the results or effects after I come out. So how then can someone feel comfortable? How do you think the industry or what you do as Elaine help in, if I had this situation, how do you think I can come out? How do you help us?
You'd have to be, I think you have to be a very strong individual.
Okay.
If you can't do method acting, don't do it, because it can be very dangerous. Because look at Heath Ledger.
Joker.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
He went through a depression afterwards. So you definitely have to know how to control your mental health, how to do positive things, how to seek help, how to connect with people. Those things play a big role in coming out and being yourself again. So you have to have an anchor.
So do you think the media, TV, media, do you think the TV and media industry have a role to play on on mental health?
Yes. Right now I'm working on a few productions with Dusa Media Productions. What I notice is that we don't have a lot of productions going on that showcase mental health. And that's something we need to see because we watch TV all the time. So we need to start seeing things that educate us. So we're working on a few projects that highlight that. I can't say much right now because they're not out.
We'll be waiting for the update though. We'll be waiting.
But we don't have that kind of content yet. We have the typical love stories and whatnot, but we don't have educational content where when you watch you can say, oh, I can relate to that. I can definitely relate to that. I've been through that. I know how she feels. And I think as actors we also have a long way to go to be able to convey that so that people can relate to us and we can make it believable.
Okay, very interesting, very, very informative actually. I think there's a lot of things that is happening in the background, like you're saying, you're working on different projects. This is in the music industry, like we learned from our previous host, the interviewer, also what you're doing as well. It's amazing to note that there's different angles that we could take to tackle this situation and how to openly then come out and basically handle this.
So have you ever forgotten that you're not on camera and still like in your character?
Okay, Fever. I remember there was one scene I needed to cry, and I hadn't yet mastered crying on cue. So Becky put me aside and she was like, we're going to go through an experience in your life to get you there. So she took me through my dad's funeral, step by step by step, and it was a lot. It's a lot of emotion. So afterwards it took me time to get over that and come to terms with it all over again. So it happens.
That must be like mentally. I don't think I would love to relive through that, but anyway, it's the industry and sometimes it requires more than we can give.
True.
Yeah, and then you have to remember that you're doing it for a good cause. You're doing it so that you can show other people who are watching. You're delivering a message, you're educating them, and they're also kind of relating to you as well. So you're telling their story. So you have to be careful with how you do it.
So as a mother, did you experience, because most mothers, young mothers especially, experience depression after birth?
Yes, they call it baby blues.
Okay.
Yes, afterwards when you just give birth, everything is different. It's really, really different, and I feel like that's something they didn't prepare me for. They prepare you for the process, but they don't tell you about afterwards.
Okay.
So everything changes. It's not your life anymore. It becomes our life.
Yeah,
you have a little person, you have all this responsibility, and it becomes draining. And then it's a process. It takes about, for some people it would take six months to get through, because you're still healing, your body's healing, and then you have to remember that you had a being inside you, so your chemicals are not exactly balanced, so it has to go back to normal. So sometimes people don't understand, it's not that you want to be difficult or dramatic, but your chemicals inside are not adding up.
Okay, so what would you, we want to get it from you, how would you advise us doing this show and going forward, or rather how would you then advise people out there, how do they get to you also?
Well, I think just have a very good support system to keep you going and to keep pushing you, because there's sometimes where you feel like giving up, because like on the wardrobe side, we were shooting Black Dollar. I worked on Black Dollar last year. I was shooting Black Dollar for a whole month, non-stop, and it was like military. And it was
that should
tiring.
be interesting though.
And wardrobe, you have to make sure you're the last one offset, because you have to collect the clothing, and then you're the last one to sleep because you're getting the clothing ready for the next day, and everything has to be ironed and proper. So you get tired, and as creatives, we forget to look after ourselves. So you have to make sure you're eating, you get enough sleep. That little sleep you can get, sleep.
Sleep is important.
Yeah, and
Very
sometimes
important.
you need someone there to remind you that, you know what, Ashley, you need to sleep.
Yeah.
You need to
Yeah.
eat.
You need
You
to
need
eat.
to, yeah.
Yeah.
So
So how do people get to you?
To me?
Yes.
I have a Facebook page, Instagram page, and Twitter page, which is at Valeni Door.
Valeni.
Valeni.
Oh, like Valeni.
Valeni Door.
Yes.
That's
And one good person to get in contact with if you are feeling some type of way is Pearl Pele Chungu on Facebook. Because she is
Can you say that again? Sorry.
Pearl Pele Chungu.
Okay.
Pearl Pele.
Pele, yeah.
Pele.
Yeah.
Pearl
She
Pele
is a
Chungu.
mental health
Activist?
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
I wish we knew that was ahead of here today.
We can always bring it back, you know.
Would always bring her back because this topic is, we still have a
Yeah,
lot
a lot of
to
things
look
that you can learn about it.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for next week's topic, you know.
Yeah.
So, all right, Miss Elaine McKnight, it was very nice to have
Thank
you.
you so much. This was fun. It
It
wasn't
was so
as
fun.
scary.
It was, right? It is not as
Cool
scary.
people to chill with,
Yeah,
You know?
no, I'll come back soon.
You have to.
I'll just pop up like, hey guys. In the background.
If you have it now.
Yeah, like when your projects are coming up, please let us know. We'll
Yeah,
be happy
definitely.
to
I will.
advertise for you.
Yeah.
Live TV is behind you as a support system.
Yes, please.
All right, early birds. We will be right back with the sports segment.
Bring it back.
And we are back. We are back. We're back with the sports segment right here on Live TV. This is Live in the Morning, and I'm Ashley, and of course I'm joined by this guy, Elvis.
She always forgets my name. Just say it. It's
Evans.
Elvis. Next time, no more ladies first. I'll take it up.
Okay, let's try and get along because we're about to talk about something that we both love.
Which is what?
Sports.
I thought you were going to say food. Oh, anyway, we're talking sports, and we're just gonna be a bit brief and take it up. So first things first, local league, ball analysa.
Ball analysa. Well, tell me what happened with the last matches because you know I'm about to give the Zambian sports enthusiastics some bad news. Chizungu. Get out.
It's you know you're allowed.
I'm allowed.
Just say it.
Yeah, enthusiast.
You can always say soccer fans, you know that, right?
I want it to sound smart. Okay.
So we're talking this is Zambia League. So the Zambia League apparently had to be cancelled because of
ABSA Cup, sorry. It's the ABSA Cup.
Yes, the ASHLEE League had to be cancelled because of coronavirus. Yeah, but going forward, the last games that were played over the week, we saw NAPSA winning the league, and Forest Rangers, Green Eagles, the mighty Power Dynamos, and so on, going onwards down the line on the table as well.
Yeah, but don't worry. The Football Association of Zambia has postponed. They haven't cancelled them forever. They've postponed the games until next year. They're hoping and praying that the numbers of the coronavirus.
We're hoping they go down.
We're hoping they go down because the sports sector as well relies heavily on outdoors, and we're not allowed in the world.
We miss being in the stadium. There's that
The
thing
vibe.
about being in the stadium.
Vibe.
It's always interesting to be in the stadium and just watch people play and just run up and down. The whole theory. Adrenaline.
Yeah, but
keep it popping.
I still had that adrenaline, although I watched
different.
a dramatic match,
Or what?
Sunday we had the FA Cup with Arsenal and Chelsea, and Arsenal beat Chelsea with 2-1.
Yeah. Apparently Chelsea was leading.
Chelsea.
I didn't watch that game because I'm a Man U fan, and for me, no hard feelings for Arsenal or Chelsea fans, guys. Good luck. We're hoping to get the FA Cup soon. We haven't had a title in a long time, but
It was very dramatic.
we're coming back.
It was dramatic.
And I mean, we're coming back.
You should have seen this game.
I'm not gonna sit and watch Arsenal, but Arsenal
It's
apparently
the
won,
FA Cup,
and this time they got it 14th time, record breaking.
Really?
14 times, yeah.
No, no offense to Arsenal fans, that game was dramatic.
With a red card in it.
With the red card, that red card was the referee. I don't know what was happening.
I'm sure
the referee, but that's
Chelsea fan is like, yes, we knew.
I'm not a Chelsea. I'm sure the referee matched the sports betting. That's why Manapasa a red card. He was like, I put my money on Arsenal. I'm not letting them lose. So overall, Chelsea had 14 fouls and Arsenal only had 2 the whole game. So it was a very dramatic game.
They really wanted this. I mean, it was also dramatic in the sense that Frank Lampard being the first season taking over as Chelsea manager.
Yeah.
On the other side, you have Mikel Arteta, who's also taking over as Arsenal manager. Both were fighting for the title. For the first time, they wanted to win this title. And Mikel Arteta is the first player to ever win it as a soccer player as well as a manager.
Oh yeah,
win the FA Cup. That is.
That is actually something to be proud of, and of course, Mr. Aubameyang, of course, was the star.
Tough guy.
Tough guy. It's a tough one.
So moving forward, we're talking Champions League. Champions League is back. We had matches played yesterday. Yeah. We saw Man City beat the mighty Real Madrid, the Galacticos themselves. Yeah. 2-1.
Do you think it's because Cristiano is no longer there?
That was a long time ago, ladies. Let's move past. 3 years in Juventus.
Guys.
But also, Juventus beat Lyon 2-1. So now they're through to the quarterfinals. They're moving on, of course. They've got more matches being played this weekend.
Yeah. Today we have matches at
Bayern Munich versus Chelsea. Chelsea again.
I want to watch this game.
Chelsea
I'm so excited
again
for this game. I need to watch this game.
Already, because Chelsea is down 3-0, so they have to make sure they score these 4 goals, and Bayern Munich is not supposed to score any goal, just to make it. But we're talking Bayern Munich.
Everyone knows those are hunters. They are hunters.
Who?
Bayern.
Definitely.
All right, in the Formula One, we have Lewis Hamilton still leading Mercedes to dominance, with the British Grand Prix still coming out. Grand Prix, sorry.
Grand Prix is
Grand
what?
Prix.
It's MotoGP. Formula One.
Formula One. Formula One.
There's a lot of sports going on, guys.
I know.
There's a lot of things happening.
He came out first, and then
Isn't he always winning?
I know, but not only did he do that, they had their practice laps this week, and he set a record. He beat his own previous record for the 70th anniversary for the Grand Prix.
I like the way you say that.
He beat his own record.
It's like Usain Bolt did it, right?
Yes, that's why some people say sometimes your own competition is yourself.
Exactly. So you always have to make sure when you beat a certain record, you can always go further. So try and go the extra mile and do most.
Yeah. So those of you who are interested in Formula One, we have the 70th anniversary Grand Prix, which is happening tomorrow at 15:10. For those of you that don't know what 15 is, it's 3
wow.
p.m. Yeah, it's 3 p.m. So we have a lot going on in sports.
Yeah, so also we have the NBA back in season. We have the MotoGP back again.
Yeah.
The golf is back again. So there's a lot of things happening in sports.
There's a lot of things going on in sports.
We had to take on sports because our friend
doesn't like sports.
You're allowed to come now. So just take a seat.
Since you're allergic to sports.
And the Arsenal fan.
An Arsenal fan.
Congratulations.
That's the first thing she said to me when she walked in. She was like, oh, Arsenal, Yeah. I was like,
I was just putting it out there because you guys were hating on them so much last night.
We had no choice.
That's because of the referee.
Yeah. You always blame someone. Or always
we always have to blame someone. Like in this case, we're blaming it on you.
It was just a good game. Just accept that they played.
No, they did. Dramatic. They were very dramatic.
As it was, whatever it was, you'd call it. I didn't watch it, but yeah, they won. Fair is fair.
It wasn't fair. That red. Okay, no, it's okay. We're gonna argue and argue and argue and argue if we still talk about this red card. Although it was not fair.
Party pooper.
I'm just asking, are you done?
Okay, we are done.
Okay.
We are done. Yeah.
So we're not forgetting the topic for today, of course, mental health in Zambia. So we'd like to just get the views, what you guys think of mental health before we chop, wrap it up, have our bacon, eggs, what. We're leaving you. You're staying. You're going to stay back. We're going to watch soccer, eat good food. Woolworths.
We're going, everyone. Cameraman, producer, station manager. Iwa usala.
Yes.
Sala.
Excuse me.
Because you don't like sports. Usala.
No, it's not that I don't like sports.
Okay, we're going to watch soccer.
Yeah.
Oh, so are you going to come?
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Are you going to feature our next week's sports?
Now we know how to make you stay back.
All right, so we were talking about mental health, something that has been affecting a lot of Zambian people, and most of them do not know that they may have one or more disorders. We have disorders like psychotic disorders, we have anxiety disorders. There are so many, also, we have so many things, and what we don't understand as a country is that we think, get over it, they'll get over it. We need to get over this, they'll get over it, saying when it comes to mental health, because a lot of lives are being lost. A lot of us, I've actually had close personal friends that have killed themselves through depression, and I believe that we have to reach out with our friends, not every time. It's we always have to reach out and talk to our friends and family, because we don't know what's going on in their life. Don't only check up on people when you need money or something. Mental illnesses are real, and they're bad.
Yeah, I think also let's spread the word. It comes out from the top to the bottom, also from the bottom to the top. As individuals, companies, organizations, the government, please help. Policies, let's come out in the open and talk about these things. These things are real. It's affecting, sensitization is affecting everyone at any given level at every single time. We've had interviews from amazing people that have come on the show today to spread what they think or what can be done or what they're currently doing to help mental health. Also, if you feel a certain type of way, please seek medical advice. If I approach you today with a situation, don't look down on me. Just take me up as a friend, as a loved one. There's a reason why I've come to you and speak to you about this. You know what I mean?
I think a lot of times we fail to talk to people about mental health because of the stigma attached to it. We need to start looking at it as a normal illness. When you're suffering from depression, it's not... I've heard a lot of people, especially in communities and in our homes, when they see you sitting and you look low and like the world is on your shoulders. Such things. Let's actually look at what is causing these issues in people. We look at what is causing the illness. We should look at what we can do to help them. Sometimes it's also on us, not just on the people, and not sometimes, all of the time, guys. We need to be responsible for our well-being. When you feel like something is too much, understand yourself, understand where you're at with issues. Create boundaries for yourself. If someone is doing something to you that you do not appreciate, or even small things, learn to say no. Sometimes even just the simple act of saying no to an activity that you're not really into will actually help balance you quite a bit. Learn to know your triggers. If you're someone who suffers from anxiety quite a bit, if you feel anything coming on, learn it, and then also learn how to control it, how to work with it. Like the guy who was our fitness guys, we had SHF, yeah. Trying to remember Willa's name, Coach Willa. He said yoga really helped him with anxiety. I can also say the same for myself. Breathing exercises, yoga, sit down with yourself. You know, take time to understand your mind. Do things that are good for it. Social media, we talked about that as well. You can't spend the whole day scrolling through all sorts of feeds.
Yeah.
Filter what you need and what you do not need.
True.
Filter what will grow you and what will actually bring you down. And take your time with social media. Don't overload yourself. Information overload is also very bad for you. And let's not forget our kids. They're going through quite a bit.
True.
Yeah.
This not just in general terms, but this particular year has been somewhat different.
It's hard.
We need to learn to explain to them what's going on.
Yeah.
Explain to them why they're at home instead of at school. You know, all these questions, filter all these changes in their lives into our conversations.
Yeah.
Talk to them, help them understand, so that not only are we helping ourselves, we're helping them. They need to understand how this is going to affect them in the year to come. Yeah.
Yeah, so I just want to speak on what she said. A lot of parents have this what can I say? They have this perception that your certain ages are too young. I've heard parents say you're too young to be sad, you're too young to be depressed, you're too young to do this, you don't understand this. But what you don't know is that mental health has no age limit. Whether that child is 3 years old or whether that child is 5 years old or 13 years old, please, when your child is sad, take time to talk to them. Know your child, talk to them. Never tell your child that they're too young to be depressed, because all you're doing is shoving them deeper down that hole, and they're gonna grow up with these problems. And even when they're hurting, they will never come to you as a parent.
Exactly.
Because they always say, "Oh, mom and dad will never understand."
We'll never understand. Very true. Very true. Now that we're home, we spend most of our time at home. I think it's time also to take interest into understanding someone's emotions. You need to let your kids watch TV, but not too much TV. Also, let that interaction be available, the physical interaction, the chemical interaction. You know, just show them that you love them, and you'll always be there for them as a parent, as a friend, as you know, just basically helping them out.
And all emotions are valid emotions.
All
emotions are valid emotions. Feel what you need to feel when you need to feel it. Of course, don't be excessive about it, but allow it. If you're sad, acknowledge that sadness, acknowledge its roots, and figure out why. Grow from it. It will help you feel better about the next thing. And guys, we neglect to talk about the guys when it comes to mental health.
Yeah.
Please tell us.
Masculine.
It doesn't demasculate you if you talk about your feelings. It's okay.
Yeah. Talk about them. Allow yourselves to be human. Feel things.
Feel things.
You
don't be macho.
Okay.
Why are you getting
but
that
I think
already?
you see also, I'll be very honest. As guys, we have a secret place where we sit and we have these conversations amongst ourselves. I think also the challenge comes up when a guy opens up to the opposite sex. You know what I mean?
Don't blame us.
It's not about us being weak. It's also about us being. See my point exactly. I'm trying to.
You're blaming us.
No, I'm just saying. Look, I'm saying.
Look,
I'm saying. If I come to you and I open up, I'm not saying this because I'm trying to be weak or anything. You know what I mean? I'm saying this because it's a concern. Okay, it's something I've noticed. This could be me telling you about myself, or me telling you about how you react towards me. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's about how you respond to negative feedback. It's how I'll feel when I tell you something. It's what advice you give me. Okay. So like I said earlier, also, there's a reason why I've come to you and I'm opening up to you.
Yes.
Because there's a connection, of course. There's something about you that I've noticed that I need to get from you. Okay. And I'm talking to you in confidence. I don't expect you to go around and start telling my issues to somebody else.
All right, Elvis, we'll talk about your issues together.
I have a lot to talk about, eh?
We would like to give a special shout out to our sponsors, Woolworths, of course.
Amazing tea, amazing food, amazing clothes.
Everything. Fresh food, fresh clothes, swag. And of course, speaking of swag, big shout out to our stylist, Mrs. Tio, which is under Tio's closet. Anything else to say as we close, guys?
Guys, thanks for joining us. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate having you here with us. Always great to know that we've got great company.
Yeah. Well, from all of us here at Live TV.
Before you say bye, you like saying bye.
Okay, say bye.
Okay. Put myself together.
Okay.
Okay, so you're getting us live on Facebook, which is Live TV, and also on Topstar, channel 112. We're here every Saturday between 7 hours.
Do you guys know on YouTube as well?
Yeah.
Yes,
we are. Don't forget to subscribe to the Live TV channel. The Live TV channel. Our YouTube channel is literally Live TV channel. So you won't miss it. From all of us here at Live TV, this has been Life in the Morning. My co-hosts
Elvis
and CHOOLWE.
And I am Ashley. Thank you for joining us. Same time next week. We'll be here for you early in the morning. Early birds. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.